When it comes to catching smallmouth bass on Lake St. Clair, pro angler and Great Lakes guide Gerry is addicted. He just can't stop. Enter our host Joe Thomas for a crisis intervention. Can Joe help Gerry overcome his addiction? It's not looking too good. Reel in the Outdoors with Joe Thomas is presented by Steel. Are you ready for a steal?
There he is, Gerry. It's a big fish. Whoa, have you ever seen so much air, Gerry? You'd be real cool with that one. I don't want to end up with that Lucky Craft in your hand.
No, I won't. You should probably think about dropping a buoy here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go and get the buoy, I'll get the fish, all right? These fish, Gerry's saying that they're concentrated so tightly right now. It's right here, it's under this lid right here. And we want to make sure that we don't miss an opportunity. Whoa, he's gonna jump again. Oh man, that's a nice one. Well, this is gonna take a while, so I wanna tell you something. We're on Lake St. Clair in Michigan. In the heat of the summer, I'm with Gerry, and we're catching smallmouth bass, as you can see. But the key is we're doing something a little bit different.
Perfect conditions here right now.
Look at that big boy, Gerry.
Nice one.
Look at that fish. Welcome to Steel's Reel in the Outdoors. Man! Got that buoy out?
It's out.
Awesome. Awesome. Great start. And what we're doing different really has a lot to do with the bait. And that is, we're throwing a jerk bait. You see me catch smallmouths a ton on jerk baits, but we're throwing a big double deep pointer minnow. This big bill gets that bait down 6, 7, 8, 9 feet. And we got a little trick we're doing with it. We're not gonna tell you about that right now. It even helps us to get it deeper. But that bait right there, that clear bait, looks great in that clear water. It's kind of hard for the fish to see. They love that action, and it gets where they need to be. Cover a lot of water with it. Fishing with deep diving jerk baits is not really anything new to me. I've been doing it for years. And when I had this opportunity to explore this new pattern that a lot of the anglers are using on the Great Lakes, to go out in the summertime when traditionally everybody's dragging a tube bait, which I would rather be shot and dragged through tar pits than have to do, I could fish a reaction bait in 80-degree water in the summertime. But it was that deep diving jerk bait. And it piqued my interest, and I wanted to do it. Gerry, I know our viewers right now are sitting here watching us out here in this freshwater ocean casting these big plugs, and they're wondering, what are you looking for on the bottom? And I can see it on the depth finder, but they can't. Explain to me what you're paying attention to most.
Out here in the main lake basin, there's a lot of key areas. I mean, the area that we're in has got a lot of cabbage and a lot of scattered sandgrass in it. And the fish are always relating to that stuff in the summertime. And the perch love to use that stuff, as cover.
Right.
So the fish aren't necessarily in one tiny particular spot, but if you know the general area, it changes daily. So what you got to do is just come out here and cover some water, find the bait, and usually you're going to find the bass when you do. And
these baits you can cover a lot of water with.
Cover a lot of water. We got a nice little chop here, which is moving us around. You know what I mean? It makes it a lot easier to find the fish out here.
Gerry, one of the things I've noticed when you're catching smallmouths on jerk baits, especially when you're pulling them out of deep water, the sunshine actually helps. I know we're getting started early, but don't you think that the fishing, there's one right there, it gets better as the day goes on. Oh, that's a nice one. That's another good one. That's another good one. Let me get out of your way, dude. Ain't a giant, but that's a doggone good fish, man.
It's only a 3-pounder.
Only.
God, these things pull.
I'm going to the back of the boat, bro. I'm gonna keep throwing, because there could be some more with him.
I'm just gonna go ahead and lift this guy in when he gets done here. Try to avoid those trouble hooks.
You notice I went to the back of the boat. If you're gonna be swinging that big smallmouth in, I'm going to the back. Nice fish. That's 3.5 pounds, man.
Yeah, you get spoiled on those big ones.
Just a chunk. You need some pliers?
You're gonna need some tools here.
Okay, you're gonna have to step back just a little bit. I think I'll leave him lay out because I believe we're gonna get a few bites today. And anytime, let's just use the diagonals, okay?
Yeah.
Anytime you're catching smallmouths, treble hook baits, you gotta be careful. I know when Gerry's guiding and we're fishing tournaments, we net them. Out here today, we're just playing the game, so we're gonna grab them with our hands, but you gotta really, really be careful. Beautiful fish.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Joe, but
that's all right, man.
No, I mean, as the sunlight gets a little higher, what I think happens is these fish roam a lot less. They're more concentrated, you know, and they become easier to catch once you find them.
Right, right. And don't you think too that they can like silhouette that bait a little bit better, or they maybe the flash? It might be the flash, but that sun just seems to help, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, with these jerk baits, I mean, that sunlight really seems to be key out here. I mean, my real good days where we, you know, slaughter them, I mean, high, bright skies.
Yeah, totally different from largemouth fishing.
Totally different. Let's go back up through that area, Joe.
Yeah, we're at the end of our drift. I'll get the trolling motor.
Let's go.
Another one, Gerry. It's so much fun, and they're big. Look how big they are. I am taking my time with these fish.
This segment of Reel in the Outdoors with Joe Thomas is brought to you by Steel.